Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, let's
Mute.
actually get started. Alright. Chapter 33. Should hoping to get the rest of this done today. Should just 10 chapters left. We should be able to. Alright. Neurosis, a sphere of stress, harmful radiation, a prison that constricts oneself at the same time, a symptom that exacerbates the more one hurts others. The temperamental, cerebral stimuli and irritation are given the physical form of electricity. When that electricity flows through the body, it burns with an uncontrollable wrath. It's not quite explosive, it's sharp, rather. From light proddings to thrusts that create cavities in the mind, neurosis flows through nearby conductors. It changes the atmosphere as one's surroundings. One's hysteria is poured on others. It gives a false impression that it will make things better. However, it only causes one's own mind to smolder and invoke impatience, all the while burning others more severely. This property must be understood. An endless release of irritation and anger, megalomania and victim mentality. It actively moves around, gnawing at those nearby and searing them, and it moves fast. 500 corpses are coming at us. They are mere remains of the deceased. Electric stimuli injected into their brains by the human thunderbolt command them to move in a purely mechanical sense. The speed of light, the human thunderbolt drifts between those 500 people at the greatest possible velocity. They're in essence biological machines that feel no pain or fear. They can't be considered subordinate entities of the distortion either. We have to capture the moment when it jumps from a scorched body to another. The easiest method would be to let out a pale blue breath, the smoke of death and cessation. But this should be the absolute last resort. A violet breath for a violet being. It's standard methodology to me. How can I bind? How much with the heavy guilt given to me? The violet memory that strangles my heart and drags my mind to the bottom. This memory must be dredged up. I led my coworkers to death that day. The human being named Moses participated in the smoke war as a captain of Ujat. Completing the mission was all I had to do. There was no room for interpretation or mercy in the process. To obey Dias's orders, to obey for her dream. I've stained my hands with so much blood in this life, even the blood of those whom I worked with. What I am bearing are the burdens of others, not mine. This smoking pipe isn't mine. It belongs to them. I hold the pipe and draw in smoke. I close my eyes as I draw in smoke. As I close my eyes, they appear. I have to inhale their memories in agony. I need to find a violet memory among the faint yet intense mass. Memories akin to dark thorns. The eyes and gestures that judge me. My sense of guilt. My guilt manifests as neurosis. I dislike noise. I dislike talkative people. The sound reminds me of the voices that resent me. The sound reminds me of the battery of the war, and it makes my mind bleed. The small grievances and scornful remarks. Exchanges of words full of ire. The barbed words I've carelessly spouted. The days in my life when I pushed someone and drove someone to tears. Had I been kinder, had I been more understanding, I didn't look after my subordinates. My eyes were fixed on Dias. Everything that happened in the process were trivial matters to me. In the city where there is no good or evil, I made a distinction. What Dias wishes for, and what she does not. That was the only criterion which severs the good from the bad. It's what made me so desperate. I can hear the cries and screams of my subordinates. I ignored them and went on my way. I shouldn't have turned around that time. Once I looked back, the path of blood I'd been taking was so candidly visible. I couldn't help but cry. Why did I change my mind at the last moment? Why did a sense of altruism for my colleagues bloom so suddenly? I want to give salvation to them, to those who drift in my head. Each time I resolve a case of the distortion, the screams go silent one by one. But the quiet doesn't last long. Why did I abandon them? Why did I give them that heartless order, lacking even a speck of what could be thought of as a heart, and then come trying to save them? Why did I push them into the maw of hell? I have been resolving distortions because I couldn't bear to hear those voices blaming me. This is like a narcotic that I cannot quit. As soon as I stop taking the drug that is resolving distortions, the pain begins to constrict around my head again. This is not voluntary service or charity work. It's only a drug I take to ease my guilt. And yet I have the audacity to call myself detective and ask for payment. The requests and clients I declined. All of this becomes a cumbersome and hurtful chain that stifles my heart once again. This is the chain I wanted to find. I tighten the grip around my mind. The chain can be brought out if I choke my heart until blood and pus are utterly wrung out of it. This heavy contrition of mine, the grudges of 2,142 people I brought to death. However fast and sharp the neurosis of the human thunderbolt may be, it won't be greater than the weight and anguish of the chains I feel deep in my heart. I face the reality that everything I believed to be right was simply a childish attempt of self-satisfaction to cut out my neurosis. Humiliation and self-loathing. Vexation is anger for myself. I squeeze it all out. I exhaled a violet breath. The smoking pipe turned into a hair-thin and pointed needle. A strand of thread which is held in the eye of the needle links to my chest as though the thread were reeled from my heart. This is not just a thread. It's a chain. A shackle. We have 30 seconds. Ezra and Vespa are straining every nerve to hold back the horde of burnt corpses. An abundance of bits and pieces of charred bodies are at my feet. One of those bits crawls towards me, with the last traces of electrical stimuli remaining in it. I stabbed the heavy and sharp needle into the arm of the crawling corpse. In an instant, my violet neurosis flowed through all the corpses at the speed of light. Every corpse stopped dead at once. The chain moved from body to body and tied them together. The longer the thread becomes, the more my heart bleeds. The sensation of barbed wire squeezing and crushing my brain. I have to withstand it. Not even a second has passed, but so much physical and mental pain is being inflicted on my body that it could end my life. Bzzz. The powerful buzzing of a bee. The yellow harpoon soared through the air and pierced the human thunderbolt's chest as it paused between corpses.
It is done, Dr. Moses.
Wait, I thought I was voicing Vespa. Come on!
No, you got kicked out. You're done.
Oh, fuck.
Did you not see this? It says Adaster. And we
damn.
said it in the chat, too, that you got kicked out. Oh, someone's gonna have to take over Ezra. Shoot.
Yeah, we don't have fun. I just
Shoot! Where's Mega?
Mega! Wait, hold on, no. We cannot replace him. He's too good at his job.
Someone ping Mega.
Are you just gonna give it to Stealth or something?
No. We're gonna see if we can get Mega in here. We're so professional, guys.
This is
I don't think we're professional.
Distortion
This is
Detective.
We're so
fucking
organized
stuff.
and professional. No one has ever done a better DD reading than this.
There's a reason why it's called messy readings.
Yeah, there's a reason
Wouldn't
called
want it any
messy
other way.
readings.
Well, shit, we need someone to voice fucking Ezra.
Yeah, we need someone to voice Ezra. Crap. Jay
We
wanted
And
to
I
love
be
can't
part
do
of
a
this.
voice like Ezra's for shit, so that's not gonna happen.
Ezra's kill.
Gosh dang it!
When were you when Ezra was killed?
Alright, stop recording until we get someone to do it.
I don't think increasing the character height, the character size would help.
Shoot, I swore Mega said he was good for today. Yeah, he's did. Shoot. Gosh. Okay.
God damn
I probably
it.
forgot. I'll be honest,
Yeah,
I just
you
woke
might
up and I forgot about it today. But I saw everybody in VC, so I joined.
Dang it.
I mean, you
This
could
is
give it
gonna
to
be
Fanny.
It's not like anyone's watching
Yeah.
these anyway. Okay, but if no one replaces Mega and Mega never comes, what the heck are we doing?
Give it to Fanny. Or Selfly. Or Void.
Don't give it to me, I can't do an Ezra voice for shit!
I mean,
Okay, I
Maria
can't do a
is
female
gone,
voice
so
for
we
shit,
could
it doesn't
replace it
matter.
with any.
Do you
No,
want me to
we-
I
don't
could
have to
never
figure
hope
out-
to
It'd be
do
really
such a
funny.
replacement.
That would be a little tricky with Larier, yeah.
His mic is not good. I don't
No.
think he'll do it. Yeah.
Fanny, the old lady.
Okay, someone take Ezra.
I'll do it. Fuck it.
Okay, then.
Give it to me.
Oh. Yeah, you're busy.
No,
Yeah,
Stealth, you
replace-
can voice Isabel.
Okay, but you get your really good voice for Isabella.
37 to.
There.
Redemption arc for
There we go.
Stealth.
D7, go. Voicing all the women.
Detective, are you okay?
Ezra asked, having suffered many injuries herself. I nodded in response. The work is not done yet. The elongated chains of the mind now have to be retracted to where they came. Brooding over the memories in agony, I slowly pulled the chains back into my heart. Ezra's looking at me with worrisome eyes, but it can't be helped. No one can help me with this. I have to do this on my own. This is a lonely, heart-wrenching task. Just as I pulled the final link of the chain into my chest, I fell unconscious.
Vespa?
Sorry, I have it on muted. Have you come to your senses yet?
A low, grumpy voice woke me up. Guess I didn't die.
Is this mine?
Probably
Oh,
Moses.
no, that's me. Did you retrieve the distortion?
Yes, detective. You put it in the van.
I see. Thanks for the hard work, both of you.
Dr. Moses, we've counted a problem.
What is it?
Well, the car stopped working. It might be because of the electricity.
Ezra said in a worrisome tone. We can contact Han Hee-jun and call Ujet over. They'll repair the vehicle for us. My head still feels hazy from using the violet threaded needle. I'm honestly unsure of where I am and what the time it is. Still lying on the ground, I picked up the smoking pipe and drew in a breath.
Whose is this?
That's Ezra.
Detective, it's night time.
What hour is it now?
It's 3:26 a.m.
And our location?
Somewhere in the back streets, I think.
I placed a hand on my head and puffed out smoke. The night in the back streets. It's time for the sweepers. Sweeper
We're about to get
time!
sweepered away.
Maybe
Alright.
time.
These guys never showed up.
Huh.
I think it's the next chapter, no?
Uh-oh.
Maybe?
Uh-oh.
I think maybe the chapter just after.
Well, guys, you know who you're voicing. Put it here.
Yippee!
If you see yourself come in. Yeah.
Okay.
The sweepers come in 3 waves. 3 waves are all we have to endure. Ezra, Vespa, think you can make it through?
I actually used all my strength fighting the human thunderbolts just before.
Ezra looked at me with an awkward smile. I reluctantly turned my gaze to Vespa.
Wait, this is mine?
Yes!
Dr. Moses, you're currently incapable of combat. And it seems Miss Ezra can barely protect herself.
So, the conclusion?
Impossible. We'd be able to survive 2 waves, I suppose.
Uria's workshop would have been a perfect hiding spot, but she's not up when we need her. When we need it. I put my smoking pipe in my mouth. Gross noises can be heard from a distance. The sound of the cleaners of the streets. Fierce fights and contemptible murders are a common occurrence in the back streets. All of it is wiped clean by morning. It's thanks to them. The sweepers clean the back streets, which means it's safe outside the back streets. I tapped my prosthetic arm. Han Hee-jun? The prosthetic arm flashed for a second.
Working hard day and night, aren't you, Doctor?
Sorry to disturb your sound sleep.
Examining your location. You're in the back streets at this time of the night?
I'll get to the point. Ujet, can you call them here?
If it's to stop the sweepers, I doubt they'll be of any help by the time they arrive.
Then let me ask something about this fallen nest. Is the border between the back streets and the nest area still up?
I'm sure war veterans such as yourself knows better than I do.
What's the shortest route?
5 kilometers to the west as the crow flies.
End the call. The way out of this situation is simple. We've got to get into the nest. A ruined nest is still a nest. Sweepers only clean the back streets. We'll travel in a straight line, break any walls in the way, and cut down any nuisance.
What about the car?
Vespa asked in a low tone. We'll leave it here until the night passes. It will be fine as long as we aren't in the van.
They treat distortions as humans?
Don't ask me what they think. There is no other option. Even if we were to lose the 2 distortions we've retrieved, saving our lives comes first. We don't have time. Ezra! Ezra takes out her gauntlets and hammer, preparing to make way. When it comes to destruction for survival, she should be better suited for the job than Vespa.
Junior, give the detective a lift.
Ezra yelled. Vespa put me under the arm. As unpleasant as it is, I suppose it's for the best.
Here we go, Detective and Junior.
Vespa drew his sword with his other arm. To the west, a brick wall stands in the way. We'll reach this first. Ezra put her fist through the wall. It crumbled with ease, and there is a 2-story house standing right in front of it. Just as she tries to break this wall, Vespa stops her.
Residential areas mustn't be destroyed during the night in the back streets.
A taboo. I hadn't thought of the residential area. All of our problems could be solved if we can enter this house, but we need permission from the owner of the home first.
Is this mine or somebody?
don't know.
I think it's gonna be Vespa because
He's such
taboo
a
guy.
stickler for taboos, it seems.
It makes sense
He's a
for it to
taboo
be
hunter,
either
you
of
would know.
them, so...
Just make it Vespa.
It's not just a taboo in a nest. It's a taboo of the city.
That means violating it won't simply end with a taboo hunter or two chasing us. The night in the backstreets is a completely lawless hour. There's one exception among this, which remains safe, the residential area. An inviolable territory. The head of the city doesn't allow this sanctuary to collapse, and no one will open the door for us. Ezra.
Detective, what should we do?
We shan't dare to commit a taboo that not even the fingers violate. I can hear 3 to 4 people sobbing inside the house. A group of strangers breaking walls and standing before their home would surely be a terrifying sight for them. The sound grew closer, and sweepers showed up from the mist. Sweepers sweep into the corners of the alleys like water flowing over a toy village. They can go anywhere a path is open. They're persistent and resilient. They aren't afraid to die. They swarm their target and cling to them until they've been cleaned off the street. If a sweeper has died, they clean that corpse as well and continue on. Their orange hooks inject whoever they stab with a strange fuel. That mysterious fuel liquefies the victim. The melted remains are then recycled into fuel, clumps of liquid. That's what the sweepers are. Who knows what goes on in their minds? It's frankly strange that the head considering those beings to be humans. I'm not sure if they're even capable of thinking normally.
Detective, I'll get ready for battle.
Put me down, please. Vespa set me on the ground. I bit my smoking pipe. The yard of a residence. Sweepers squeeze through the destroyed wall. While this wasn't our intention, we've put ourselves in an advantageous spot for fending off multiple foes. Vespa cuts down the sweepers, creeping on us one by one. Ezra uses her fists and hammer. Her accelerated fist strikes the sweeper in the head, and liquid spouts from the smashed noggin. The same liquid spills from the torso of a sweeper cut in half by Vespa, and the liquid is absorbed into the bodies of the sweepers that follow simply by stepping on the pool of liquid. 2, 5, 10, 23. Vespa's blade is losing its edge, and Ezra's fists are getting slower. The sweepers must be sliced into 2 or blown up in a single hit. They'll recover from wounds left by dull swords and lethargic fists by absorbing the liquid from the carcasses of their fallen brethren. I can only trust those 2 to handle this. The first wave has died down. The time is 3:40, and the second wave will strike in about 10 minutes. We shouldn't stay here. We need to continue on to the west. However, we couldn't even make 100 meters. I know this won't work, but I have to give it a shot anyway. I knocked on the door of a residence. My name is Moses, and I'm a grade 5 fixer from the 7 Association. Could you please open this door? We just need a place to rest for a short while. There's 3 of us, including myself. Oh gosh, I just heard myself through someone's mic. The sound of a person weeping came from... Demon, that's you.
It's Demon, yeah.
I think it's Demon.
Demon, no! No!
Demon gush.
Someone didn't turn on crisp. No, I'm just kidding.
Isn't Ezra supposed to talk first, though?
Yeah.
It-
27.
Ezra!
Oh, my bad. I thought the sound of a person sweet, like, yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
some
just take
person-
shelter until morning. We can pay you too.
Ezra yelled urgency. Someone random
want-
scared person. Is that you?
Yep. Yeah, We want to live. Please leave us alone.
Detective, I guess it's not gonna work.
Ezra said in a discouraged tone. They're too frightened to be reasoned with. Thus, we have no choice but to start running again.
What? Whose voice is this?
I'm gonna say that's Vespa.
What will you do now?
We have to move to the west. Vespa picked me up again, ran westward. Westward, with Ezra following right behind. Let's jump over or go around the obstacles we encounter from now on. We can't afford to check if every wall in front of us is part of the residential area in this thick mist. This is going to take more time. Vespa and Ezra may be fast, but traveling 5 kilometers in 10 minutes will be a difficult task in their current state. We crossed walls and ran through 5 narrow passages in the back streets. This Vespa kid is insanely quick, I must say. He sprints like a beast while searching for open paths. Ezra isn't falling behind either. 3:47, 3 minutes to remain. Or not. Time is up. Ezra! Vespa! Sweepers come in swarms from both ends of the long alleyway. I tap the arm. Han Hee-jun!
Yes, Doctor.
Does this arm have any combat functionalities?
No.
Then what was your boastful statement of this arm being a one-of-a-kind and expensive about?
Because there is really no other prosthetic arm like it. It's equipped with the technology that allows us to locate you wherever you are, not to mention its durability.
I hung up. Swarms of sweepers throng Ezra and Vespa. The two are slowly being pushed back. It's like stopping a leaking dam with just a palm. The water is bound to spill sooner or later. To face the sweepers right after dealing with the human Thunderbolt's army of corpses, talk about a stream of misfortune.
Detective, I'll try to keep them up to bay. I won't let any of them reach you.
Right now, I don't have the strength to take on a single sweeper. Ezra and Vespa will survive somehow. I'm completely dead weight this time. I place my smoking pipe in my mouth. Behind me is the door of a building in the residential area of the back streets. If we broke this door and went inside, we might be able to survive the night. However, breaking a taboo of the city is on a completely different level to breaking a taboo of a nest. The most one can do is delay their inevitable death. Unparalleled force will pursue us. Death comes unto one someday. Perhaps the reason I live is to settle what I started until that moment comes. That's what makes me want to stay alive. I let out a red breath.
Dr. Moses, don't get any ideas.
The yellow harpoon knocked the smoking pipe out of my hand.
I told you that I can stop the first 2 waves.
Vespa frowned at me, his body covered in injuries. I picked up my pipe and knocked on the door behind me. This is the most I can do while the two act as human shields. I'm Moses, a grade 5 fixer from 7 Association. If you let us take shelter here for a short while, we will give you generous compensation. No response again. That either means no one is in this house or they're rejecting us. That's a noise.
Yeah, that's one of the noises of all time right there.
Yeah. The old steel door opened with a metallic creak. Ezra, Vespa, get in here right now! I shouted at the two.
Okay, detective.
Ezra and Vespa slowly retreated to the door as they took down the sweepers in front of them. After they entered through the steel door, I quickly shut it. We're safe now. What a relief. Thank you for your kindness.
Alright, I need to verify who speaks first in the thumb here.
It's either
I think that's stealthy.
the capo or the soldato.
I think it's the capo.
I would think it's the capo, so
would
this should be
probably speak
stealthily.
first. Alright.
Okay. We're supposed to be a female here?
We have a lot of
Yes.
guys voicing females, so...
Yes.
Wait.
D7 has done like 20 females by now.
Did we already say the thank you for your kindness line?
Yeah, that was me.
Okay. What was this from the 7 Association? Was it? I'd like to make a deal.
A golden insignia. This is a symbol that distinguishes the fingers. These dark red coats. They're the thumb. I turned to Vespa immediately and I shook my head. Whatever story that kid has, this is definitely not the time. Around 20 people in red coats are looking at us. I just scrolled down the wrong thing. Yep.
Let me introduce myself. I'm Isabel, capo of the Thumb. I don't know why I'm doing this voice, but fine.
Just go with it. She ground her cigar into an ashtray and extended her arm for a handshake. I'm a grade 5 fixer. I have to submit to the authority of a capo. I lowered my head and grasped her hand without making eye contact.
Strange things have been occurring in this nest, as you can tell. We couldn't acquire any proper info because of all this fog. Yet now I meet a fixer from the 7 Association. Such a lucky gal.
Isabel handed me a glass of liquor. I poured the drink down my throat. I've been parched for a while.
What are the grades of the friends next to you?
This child here is Ezra, a grade 3 fixer from 7 Association, and... I'd rather not disclose Vespa's real name and grade. Introducing him as a grade 3 like Ezra to be appropriate.
Grade 1 fixer, Vespa. No affiliation.
Vespa uttered, running his hand through his blood-soaked hair. I placed my hand on my forehead. A grade 1 fixer is in the same class as a capo.
Grade 1 fixer. You wouldn't be lying by any chance.
Vespa put his hand to the inside pocket of his coat. The 20 thumb goons immediately pointed their matchlock rifles at us in unison. Isabel made a gesture to halt them. Then Vespa took out his fixer license and tossed it in front of her. It's without a doubt a legitimate fixer license issued by the Hana Association.
It's a pleasure to meet such a valuable guest. Please feel free to rest up here for a while. Let's talk more when the sun comes up.
Don't worry about tripping. I do it every 5 words. As soon as she stopped speaking, what?
We all do it.
Yeah, I do it the most because I'm
It's
speaking the
not
most.
It's not the most scuffed of reading for a reason, though.
Yeah. As soon as she stopped speaking, the goons withdrew their guns. They're quick to change their attitude when one discloses their grade. That's what the Thumb is, a gang of mobsters obsessed with class and authority.
Wrap them with blankets and pillows, and show them the room where they will rest.
A couple of syndicate members guided us. This is a small house with a floor space of 70 square meters. There's no way the Thumb would use this kind of residence as a base of operation. The Thumb soldados stopped at the door and turned around to give Vespa a courteous nod. That's a gesture of asking permission from a superior to speak. Vespa returned a nod apathetically.
The room is a bit messy right now, so we'll clean it up for you.
The syndicate members opened the door. Ezra frowned when she saw what was in the room. 3 bodies of varying sizes were on the floor. They didn't even fire the guns. They merely used the buttstocks to snuff them out. They occupied a backstreet's residence before the night came. The Thumb can get away with it. Vespa put his hand on the handle of his sword. I glared at Vespa, shaking my head. Vespa glared at me with sharp eyes, and then he took his hand off the blade. Alright. Oh, I found the problem.
Oh,
35
Oh,
is missing.
35 is gone. 35 doesn't exist.
That's what happened. It's okay.
Oh,
Phil.
chapter 35 doesn't fucking exist!
Yeah, I should have caught that when I looked at this when you first put it together. So it's okay. It's okay. It's not a big deal. You're okay.
I didn't
Faye.
really see it because of pixels.
sorry.
It happens.
I
It
see
happens.
your
You're
son.
okay. You're okay. It's okay.
It's fine.
I was happy.
It's okay.
Anyways, I'm gonna
Chapter
go
35 has been gone, reduced to atoms.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
I like how Rami is like twice there in Void in chapter 34.
It's probably the same character as the previous one.
Yeah,
Probably.
probably.
Yeah, I wouldn't unless we're going to the marksman in this next chapter. It's probably I don't think we need to worry about it. All right.
Yeah.
I think the marksman is next chapter anyways.
Yeah, so let's just continue. The respite of the room didn't quite feel like a true respite. Waking up in a room that feels like an average living space is almost reminiscent of my ordinary life, though the smell of blood permeating about reminds me of where I am now. Ezra is still sound asleep next to me, snoring away. On the other hand, Vespa is sitting on the floor and gazing at the door, clutching his blade in his arms. I'm not sure if he slept at all. Have you gotten any sleep?
Have you? Oh, sorry.
I think that's Vespa, yeah.
No, this one should be Vespa.
Okay.
Wait. Okay.
The disruption.
You just take it. Sorry, you old.
I did.
Oh, sorry.
We didn't
I
hear
had
it, so
enough
redo
rest
it.
that
Frick! Okay.
I heard it.
I barely heard it because everyone was talking over each other.
Yeah, this is why... Nah, whatever. This is gonna be
Oh,
the
I'm sorry.
most scuffed voicing wise. Have you gotten any sleep?
I had enough rest that you won't have to worry about my condition.
That's good to hear. Knock knock. Someone thumped on the door. Their silence suggests that they're a soldato, a class below the capo. Speak.
This is Rami, a Thumb Soldado. I'm here to check if you have woken up.
I turned to Vespa. A grade 5 fixer as such as myself is not allowed to mention a capo's name.
Is Capo Isabel asking to see us?
Vespa spoke on my behalf.
Yes, she wishes to talk with you over simple breakfast.
We'll be there soon.
It's fortunate to have Vespa with me. He'll make our negotiation with the Thumb smoother. I shook Ezra to wake her up.
Detective, I can go for another helping.
What a silly thing to say in one's sleep. When I went out to the living room, plates of bacon and eggs, sunny side up, were set on a round table for 4, and the Thumb capo, Isabel, sits at it.
Please take a seat, Vespa and company.
Isabel said to him, paying no attention to Ezra or I. We sat as we were told.
Vespa, the grade 1 fixer, and a couple of association fixers. What is your business here? Could you be participating in the struggle to take the Lyle Corp's death like many others?
Vespa grimaced as he speared a strip of bacon with a fork, seemingly annoyed. Then he looked right at Isabel.
I work for Dr. Moses, the person here next to me. I devolve all of my authority and power to Dr. Moses as of this moment.
He isn't even trying to hide his irritation.
As you wish. I must say, it's interesting that you know about the transfer of sword data some uses internally. Grade 1 fixes are truly in another league.
Isabel gave her answer as she lit a cigar in her mouth.
Or perhaps you're an affiliate of the Sun.
Puffing out cigar smoke towards Vespa, Isabel narrowed her eyes. He glared at her, not budging an inch.
Is this mine or yours?
I think that's me.
Yeah,
I think that's Moses.
I think that's Moses.
Yeah.
Let's not get off topic. I would like it if we could speak on equal terms. Ezra, clean the table, will you? I don't think we have the time for a full meal.
Okay.
Ezra answered hurriedly, shoving bacon in her mouth. While Ezra and the Thumb members were clearing dishes from the table, I placed my smoking pipe between my lips. It's time to negotiate a deal. I'm bargaining with the Thumb, one of the fingers. No amount of ridiculousness should be surprising coming from them.
Void.
That's stealth.
That's me, yeah.
I forgot.
Well then, Mr. What the fuck?
Mr.
Mrs. Moses.
Mister.
Mister! I have misgendered someone! No, I'm gonna get canceled on Twitter!
Moses become male.
I'm gonna get canceled on Twitter, fuck! Okay,
Okay, continue.
well then, Mrs. Moses. Grade 5 Fixer to 7 Association. Let us speak on equal terms.
Gladly. The Thumb has the strongest organizational power among the fingers. It controls a legion of subsidiary syndicates, and the members of the Thumb itself are not rallied for trivial matters. However, soldatos and even a capo being at the site must mean that they're unable to rely on their subsidiaries. I imagine it has something to do with the fog covering this nest. The syndicate's organizational capability wouldn't be as effective in this mist that clouds one's cognition. They're likely desperate in their own rights in their attempt to make use of us.
I'm bound to offer a deal. I hope you are prepared.
That's right. It's hard to refuse a deal offered by the Thumb. On equal standing, I could politely decline it given enough justification, but they provided us shelter to survive the sweepers. We're indebted to them. I don't see any justification that could lift this debt. Let's hear the details of your offer. I bit the pipe and let out a breath.
This is Moses. First, I want to give you an introduction. Give me an introduction of yourself and your colleagues. Although it won't change the outline of the offer, I might be able to take it into consideration.
Isabel filled a glass in front of her with liquor. I'm working as a distortion detective, or so I call it. These two fellows are my assistants who help me with the job. Isabel's brows twitched. Perhaps the word distortion caught her attention. That's got to be the case. Several sightings of the distortion are apparently being reported in L-Corp's nest. There's no reason for me to hide my profession. Rather, they'll be motivated to hand over information about the cases of distortion that have emerged here. If this prediction misses the mark, though, that would mean they're only interested in using us as another pawn in their strife.
So you're a detective. It's impressive that you're grade 3 and you've a grade 3 and grade 1 fixer as your assistants. I'd contact the headquarters to check the facts right away if I could, but I cannot reach outside of them, so I'll have to trust your word on this.
Isabel guzzled down her drink. It wasn't the mention of distortions that she reacted to, unlike my expectation.
I won't pry into it further. There will be blood in L-Corp's nest in the near future. We have the Sum and our subsidiary syndicate are preparing for this fight.
Are you asking the Office of the Distortion Detective to join your forces as part of the deal?
We aren't looking for soldiers to fight alongside us in an all-out war, no. The workshops in those nests were supposed to provide the Sum of musket ammunition have disappeared.
There was a spark in Ezra's eyes. It's only natural that bringing up workshops would draw her interest. The workshops that supply their goods to the Thumb must be especially intriguing since it's difficult to normally get in touch with them. And you want us to find their whereabouts? I held my pipe between my lips. Isabel nodded. If this is your offer, what do you propose to give us in return? Oh,
is there anything you want?
I need information. Information regarding the distortions. The Thumb will serve as a reliable network. We'll need information on the distortion phenomenon occurring in this nest, and we need lots of it.
You want us to regularly update you on the news concerning this. You want us to regularly update you on the news concerning them, is that correct?
Isabel scanned me, Vespa, and Ezra with her eyes.
Sadly, we're isolated at the moment. It's not an easy job to get our comms to work or specify our location in this fog.
That means you have no intel you could give us at the moment.
For now, no. However, I'll ask the other capos when I can contact the headquarters later. I can collect the intel and hand it right over to you then. How does that sound?
I blew out smoke. Our dialogue was resolved smoothly thanks to Vespa's presence, and she didn't ask too much of us for saving our lives. Isabel offered her hand to shake on it. Tell me more about the case of lost ammunition and the location of the workshop. I shook her hand. The street is brighter than it was at night, although the scenery is still rather dim and blurry thanks to the fog. We're heading in the general direction of the workshop Isabel told us about. Ezra walks with a spring in her step, possibly because she's elated for the chance to see a workshop partnered with the Thumb. Vespa follows us, wearing a frown. That kid certainly seems to have a deeply ill-fated relationship with the Thumb, and for reasons I'm not yet aware of. Ezra, do you know how much about the workshops the Thumb gets service from?
Yep, of course.
Ezra's expression was that of someone begging to be asked more questions. It's true that I know little about the Thumb beyond common knowledge. There has been a particular lack of friction with the Syndicate while going about this job in general. So, Ezra, could you give us a brief on what you know?
As you're already aware, the Thumb uses muskets.
Right.
And the Thumb uses a huge variety of bullets. They pick the right ones for the situation every time.
I'm guessing those bullets are quite pricey.
Oh, it's no joke. It's like they throw money at their workshops when a purge happens.
Vespa's brow furrowed upon hearing the word purge. He must have a troubled past concerning the Thumb's purge.
They don't waste their ammo on trivial stuff, though. In fact, the Thumb's firearms are terrific weapons even without the bullets. The buttstock performs better than your average blunt instruments. It's made of the hardest wood available in the city.
Ezra tirelessly goes on with her passionate speech.
It might look simple at a glance, but it contains the technologies of several workshops. Acceleration and mass manipulation are a given. They can bash anybody if they want for a reason. The buttstock is designed to be a good tool for bashing enemy jars too.
Yes, it's so entertaining.
Vespa murmured. It would seem all this talk of the Thumb provoked him.
Huh? Well, yeah. Talk about workshops is always fun.
Have you been struck by the buttstock yourself?
Vespa gave Ezra a vicious glare. His eyes are much like those I saw plenty of times throughout my life. Ezra's expression changed in the blink of an eye, the same expression she wore during the war.
What are those eyes?
Miss Ezra, I want you to refrain from talking about such things while I'm around, lest I cut your tongue off.
Vespa grabbed the hilt of the sword at his side.
Don't you give that kind of look in front of the detective.
Ezra spoke in a glacial tone. I placed a hand on my forehead. These kids are comparable to ticking time bombs.
The detective and I... How does that... Okay, 1 second.
The detective and I've...
The detective and I have gone through a war. It was a hellish time, worse than anything you ever experienced.
A flash of yellow light danced in the air.
What do you know about me?
Vespa's sword was drawn before I noticed.
I don't give a damn about that. You just don't evoke the memories of the war for the detective, for us, with those eyes.
Ezra doesn't move a muscle.
Whose is this?
You. I think it's you, because it's stuck about the war.
Yeah.
How can you talk about killing people so gleefully when you suffered a war?
I bit my smoking pipe.
This is the only way I know to cope. Seek joy and don't be serious.
Ezra's blonde hair gradually turns white. She gripped Vespa's neck with her hand at a speed my eyes couldn't follow. Vespa grasped her neck in retaliation. Both of them are nothing short of killing machines. Ezra, stop! She put her arm down at my word. Her eyes are still cold.
I apologize. I was careless.
I puffed out a curl of smoke. Vespa released his grip on Ezra's neck. Vespa, we're in the process of overcoming our past events in our own ways. I'm sure you are overcoming something of your own as well. We're coworkers who have to band together whether you like it or not, so I want us all to be more considerate of each other. Understood?
Got it.
Ezra returned to her usual self and gave a cheerful reply.
Sorry, Junior. My bad.
You're insane.
Vespa closed his eyes and sheathed his blade. Perhaps Vespa is right. Maybe we have gone insane from what we went through during that time. We react sensitively to small things. We're prone to labor under illusions, and completely nonchalant towards cruelty. I committed a sin, and I must be punished for it, as did Ezra, as did this city. But I don't want Vespa to set foot in this territory. He has a good heart. He has a sense of justice on his mind. And the thought I had this day became one of my few wishes. I shook off the stray thoughts shortly after. We walked in the mist for a short while without speaking. And when we arrived at the site where the workshop in question should be, what a mess. A scene littered with corpses came into our sight. It's hard to tell if they're fixers or syndicate members. I placed my smoking pipe in my mouth. Among them, dark blue coats and yellow garments attracted my eyes. It's the ZI, an association that specializes in public security and protection. Unidentified bodies, accompanied by those of SWI members. I should investigate the scene further. My lips firmly held the pipe. Alright, I'm gonna go grab my Coke, y'all. Make sure you know what you're doing.
Does anyone here play Enfield? I need to ask a quick question.
I have.
Hey, Void, do you know a way to find something? Because for some reason I have 10 gun towers on, but I only see 9 in my field of view. Do you know a way to find the missing 10th one so I can delete it and move it to another place?
I have never encountered such an issue.
What?
Yeah,
Then how do I
put that in
find
the
it?
chat, Ada.
Okay, I'll shut up.
I wish we knew what the deal with Vesper and the thumb was, but Distortion Detective got cancelled.
And then we just get random bits of lore.
Yeah, I know.
When
And then it
were
just got
you when Distortion Detective was
Then it
slow?
just they basically taunted us with it in Canto 9.
Like, look at what we could do with
Yeah,
Distortion
Adaster,
Detective.
we've been
Fucking cancelled
recording
it.
every single one of these.
I thought you would do a cut-in, like you would just edit one clip out, so like when you do
No,
these
I haven't done a
intermissions...
single bit of editing on any of these. I've just been uploading them raw.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Doesn't Vespa also have a grudge with the metal as well?
I've been uploading them immediately after finishing them. There's no time to edit.
This is one of the many reasons why we are the messy Distortion Detective
Yeah,
ratings.
we're called messy for a
We're
reason.
incredibly scuffed, yes.
Very,
This
very
truly is
scuffed.
our scuffed reading of Distortion Detective.
Truly and indeed.
More.
Oh yeah, chapter 37, we need to figure that out.
Yeah, I was warning you about that in
Yeah,
the chat.
you were. Oh, frick.
Random bullshit rolls, go!
Stealth, you want to take Diaz for a single chapter?
Can I make her comically evil sounding? Then yes.
She sounds like a valley girl.
She's going to be comically evil, I don't
Okay, that's fine. Okay. Is D7 back? No, I don't think so. Alright, we need D7 back before we continue.
Internet flicker, my apologies.
Eh. The dead silences in the middle of some of these recordings have got to be amazing.
All for the watch time.
Oh yeah. We're getting that ad revenue
Look,
that
we
we
need to pad
totally
out the watch
have.
time somehow. We need to pad it out somehow.
We're going to go absolutely viral. 10 million views, 8 million
Whoa.
subscribers.
We're gonna make $5.
Even better. We're going to make $5 and
That's not even a fucking joke. We're going to
cents.
take like $5 off this.
$5 that you didn't have before. That's all I'm saying, man.
That's
Oh
enough
God.
to go out
Okay.
and get yourself a small candy bar.
Okay, let's continue.
Two
D7's
small
back.
candy
Let's
bars.
continue, and let's hope D7 doesn't freaking die. Okay.
3
I'm
small
legit-
candy bars.
I'm legit dying, but I'll try to be here.
Alright. There are bullet holes in some of the corpses. These bodies are in the attire of the Zwei Association, and I suspect that they belong to a fairly eminent section. I searched the body of one Zwei Association fixer, looking for something a fixer would carry. I found a fixer license in their inside pocket. It says they're from Section 3 of the southern branch of the Zwei Association, just as I predicted. This rectangular ID card proving one's status as a fixer is what tells them apart from syndicate members. If someone fixes and solves problems for a price without a fixer license, you have yourself a syndicate. This is the line between us and them. I inspect the bodies next. A bullet to the chest punctured their hearts and went straight out the back, and all of their faces were contorted, tears streaming. Ezra, are the thumb's bullets powerful enough to penetrate the coats that the Section 3 of the Zwei have with such ease?
It's possible in theory, but this case is kinda iffy. Bullets used by the highest of higher ups are super expensive and powerful, so they could make a hole in those coats. The thing is,
It's unlikely for such superior personnel to be in a place like this. I gave a light chomp up to my smoking pipe. Could this workshop be a place where bullets for the top brass are manufactured?
well, all the workshop owners said the ammunition of the thumb is produced at the thumb HQ. I came under strict management when I asked them.
Ezra says with a puzzled look. I searched the coat some more. I see. The scratches on this coat and the bullets scattered on the floor. I picked up one of them. Is this bullet the kind used by the thumb, then? Ada.
Oh, come
That's
on, I'm on mute. It is.
Vespa gave the answer instead. I ruminated my pipe. A battle broke out between the Zwei Association, and someone took the thumb's bullets. However, those bullets were not responsible for the deaths of the 7 fixers from Zwei Section 3.
Detective, the other cops don't look like fixers. Maybe they were part of a thumb subsidiary syndicate guarding this workshop?
I walked toward Ezra and glanced at the bodies. Their limbs were lopped off by large weapons. This is the Zwei Association's work. Their enormous swords have caused this damage. The Zwei's Section 3 and a thumb-affiliated syndicate had a fight. The Zwei came out on top. Probably.
Who's the
But
Right, there was someone else. I let some smoke seep out of my lungs. Winner, I think that's you.
Is it?
with who?
Winner's voicing the marksman.
Oh,
So I
That's the
think that's
marksman?
Winner.
Looks like we have some new faces here. Judging by your appearance, are you fixers on a request?
A voice came from the mist. It's the voice of a young male. He must be the one who killed the fixers from the Zwei. A man with ammunition capable of penetrating the coat worn by Section 3 of the Zwei is a considerable threat, even for Ezra and Vespa. We have to react immediately. He can see us through this mist. He has us at advantage in terms of sight. Ezra. She nodded and put on a gauntlet of the Wind Valley workshop.
Gale Fist!
As she lunged her fist forward, a strong gust of wind cleared the mist in its way. Vespa threw his yellow harpoon without delay. It took little time for the mist to obscure our sight again. It's a hit. We walked in the direction of the moan.
Excuse me, isn't this rather harsh? You can't just pin a metal stick into a stranger's pie without asking.
I shouldn't let my guard down. He might not be alone. I exhaled a red breath. The smoking pipe morphed into a sword. Are you the one who killed the fixers from Zwei Association?
I did? I had no ill feelings towards them, but they were getting in my way.
The way of you taking the bullets for yourself?
Exactly! I am the marksman of the mist. More ammo, the better.
I hear that voice right in front of me. I give Vespa a look. One of us has to turn his flank. Ezra, be on your guard. Vespa, disarm him, but don't hurt him too badly. Vespa jumped sideways and disappeared into the mist at once. Ezra and I kept advancing forward.
Are you also here for these pieces of metal?
Ezra! She extended her fist once more. As the mist cleared away, a yellow trace swept the floor. Vespa seems to be going for the legs, and something was cut by his blade.
It's a decoy.
He spoke in a low voice.
I knew it! So you were.
An old radio was in front of us.
I bring enlightenment to people. You're probably thinking that you're wandering in this mist, like most others. What is truly lost, though, is the mind.
A voice came from a distance. Ezra shoved me aside forcefully.
Bang!
Ezra's movement stopped right as she pushed me. It's not that she got knocked unconscious or anything. She ceased motion in a literal sense.
I'm the marksman of the mist. Hold still there, please.
The voice is coming from multiple directions. He probably has more loudspeaker devices like the radio placed here and there. We can't specify his location. I'd at least try to estimate his position from the trace of his bullet, but our view is too badly obscured for even that. He has a complete advantage over us.
I don't see enough discussion going on in this day and age. The epoch lacks deep conversation. Nobody likes that kind of stuff, because they've lost their ways.
And you can see us through the fog? I shouted in no specific direction.
Yep, I can see you as clear as day. This mist is merciful to those who haven't lost their way.
Way, he says. He's the type that talks a load of nonsense philosophy. Tears are falling from Ezra's eyes, who is otherwise perfectly motionless. On closer inspection, I see a long bullet spinning in front of Ezra's heart. It rotates, digging into Ezra's chest ever so slowly.
Yes, it's too much for the big yellow-haired fellow to endure. I'm sure it's tough for anyone to endure.
We are fixers. We're investigating this place because we were requested to bring back bullets that belong to our client. That's all.
What kind of windmill tilting to fetch bullets involves harpooning people and trying to chop off their ankles? What happened to the good old way of the fixer? Aren't you people supposed to recite some fancy creed, a la chivalry or bushido?
Will you let us go unharmed if we forfeit our church?
Nada.
What do you want?
First off, tell your other pal on the prowl for me to cut it out. He's so terrifying. I can't move a muscle.
Vespa, stop! I shouted out to the air. I presume he's speedily scouring every corner in the area right now. What do you want next?
I won't make it long. You will accept this bullet instead. I'll put a break on the one that's digging into the heart of that yellow-haired lass, if you do.
I'll accept it.
Are you going to be okay with that? Oh, wait, sorry.
That's Vespa.
Oh, come on.
Check that.
Are you gonna be okay with that?
Vespa appeared next to me and asked. I nodded in response.
An outstanding attitude. Few have managed to withstand my bullets so far.
Tears are still flowing down Ezra's face. The Section 3 fixers died shedding tears. These signs make it evident that the attack is of a psychological nature, whether it's a distortion or a psychomet user. Meaning, this won't be a test of physical endurance. It's going to be a matter of willpower.
You look like a smart cookie. You know that intelligence and strength of will are two different things, right?
His words echo from all over the space. I hear the sound of a bullet being loaded into a gun. I can hear whistles as well. I gave Vespa a look. This is the one and only chance for us to trace the bullet back to its source. I trust Vespa to know the meaning of my sign.
Good. Stay right there. Bam!
I was surrounded by darkness. Why is it dark? It's because my eyes are closed. I opened my eyes. In front of me are a group of people, donning dark coats and slaying others with their blades. Their shoes clack on the floor in synchronized motion as they march on, cutting down whatever stands in their way. People resist in vain with edged objects before their assailants, then their tools of self-defense are cut through. Curved scimitars mow down victims like scythes reaping crops. I looked down at my body. I'm wearing the same black long coat as they are, except mine has a special accoutrement added to it. I looked around. A massive and antique gallery. The marble floor drenched in blood makes a vivid contrast with it. A one-sided massacre. I moved my hand to place it upon my forehead. However, it touched a cold mask instead. I'm wearing a mask. Upon being touched, it shows the personal information of the people in long coats, such as their names and ages. I rubbed the mask in to turn off the display. Someone approaches me. A person in a dark long coat wearing a golden mask with a symbol of an eye came to me and spoke.
Captain, we've secured Ernie's family.
How many are they?
4, ma'am.
There could be children among them. My moral judgment holds no meaning, however. I must act according to Diaz's will. There is no need to bother informing myself of unnecessary details. I didn't ask further about the family members. Their fault is that they were an obstacle to the path Diaz pursued. That is enough reason. Slaughter them. I am Moses. I am the captain of the Ujat. Stealth, get ready to Diaz.
Okay.
Void, you're on Benjamin.
This fake DS, fuck. No!
You had to take Ezra, I'm sorry.
It's fine, it's fine.
Oh, straight DS I get, yes.
This is you, Stealth.
Oh boy, here we go. Hi, Moses! Good job as always.
Diaz, are you satisfied with the outcome?
Mm-hmm. All thanks to you, Moses.
About this last mission I handled, they were actual syndicate members, right?
Is it really necessary for you to know much detail?
Frigid eyes. I suppose not.
Right. I like your eyes so much, dear.
Followed by an innocent, cheery smile.
You've done a good job today, so let's go out and treat ourselves to yummy... What the fuck? Yummy food? What?
Why is she a valley girl?
What the fuck?
Yeah?
He's like 2,000 years old, by the way.
Yes, she's super old, by the way. Diaz raised me and... Yeah. I don't know. Diaz raised me and gave me a chance at life. I was an abandoned child. Diaz was the one who saved me from desolation. She looked after me and educated me. Diaz told me to think of her as my older sister. I wish to make her dream come true. Blah, blah, blah. Who is this child, Elmuth?
She will be 200 when 2142 agent of Ujat.
It's second.
Yeah.
It's just the way you pronounce it. It's 2142nd. Not tuned.
And there's no and.
Should I say the number again?
Yeah, if you want.
2142nd agent of Ujat.
Yeah, there you go. You brought a useless piece of meat.
It was by Diaz's recommendation.
I suppose the child was pushed here. Fine, I'll teach her.
Are you going to train her yourself, Captain?
If that's what Diaz wants. I'm not sure what Diaz's intentions behind getting a clumsy kid involved in our work are. I don't question her, however. Diaz is my light.
Hey.
A dull tone, an attitude that utterly lacks politeness. What is it, Ezra?
Isn't killing our enemies all we have to do?
Do you have questions about this job?
I heard that work here is all about beating foes to a pulp.
You also ought to read books and study.
I don't need stuff like that.
Having a towering physique for her age, the kid said she's a good fighter if nothing else. The augmentation procedures she received are apparently expensive and prestigious. What is your weapon of choice?
I'm good with any.
How arrogant. You have that much confidence in your own body, huh?
I bet I'm stronger than a shot like you, at least.
I promptly smacked her in the face. There are virtues that people who shed blood in this business must respect. Ezra swung a fist at me right away. The powerful haymaker audibly ripped through the air. However, it won't reach me. I kicked her calf in response. She went down on one knee. A plethora of procedures are available out there, such as augmenting tattoos, nanotech, muscle-enhancing drugs, and prosthetics. I don't know what kind of extraordinary augmentations you have. Ezra stood up and performed a roundhouse kick, aiming for my head. I effortlessly dodged her attack and nailed a fist in her chest. The kid winced. But I struck your weak point, using less than half of the energy you've spent, making sound judgment depending on the situation. Whether you're a fixer or a syndicate crook, money won't solve all your problems. I pointed to my head. The head is your most valuable asset. When you think things through, you'll find opportunities to grasp, even the most perilous of situations. Ezra jumped at me. I tripped her up and she fell on the floor with a loud noise. And remained calm. The head must stay cool at all times. Unable to contain her rage, the kid began throwing punches at random left and right. Each time I dodge, an unsuspecting table or wall ends up taking the blow. Besides, she swung her fist at me with all her might. The clenched fist fiercely draws near me, causing a shrieking wind. I cannot get out of its way. I have no need to, rather. I am stronger than you. I stopped Ezra's fist with a single hand and gripped it.
Wait, I can't do this voice. My mic won't pick it up. Just, yeah.
Crack. I could hear the
My bad.
Crack. I can hear the bones in her right hand break. I'm teaching what you need to know to become a proper member of Udjet. Do you understand? Still indignant, the kid was shedding tears. And next time, call me Captain. Several missions went on. The Udjet agents handle their tasks without any one of them falling behind. They do not question a single thing about their work. I remember the name of every single member of the Udjet. To me, they're my new family. The respect for me and the sense of fellowship may have played a part in their willingness to carry out preposterous and cruel jobs. Of course, money would be the most important motivation that allowed this office to operate in its unorthodox way, with the exception of me and Ezra.
Captain, are we fixers?
Ezra asked. It seems all the studying gave her a sharp insight. We've all started out as fixers.
I looked it up and found out that UJAT is registered as an office, and I saw that you're listed as its leader instead of Lady Diaz.
She acts as a client giving us requests. A massive office serving one person. That is what Udjet is.
But in my opinion, what we do is...
Your opinion matters little in this topic. We would seem no different from a syndicate in the eyes of the unaware.
Then what's the point of the line fixers are not meant to cross, Captain? We cross that boundary all the time. I heard that fixers are free to take any requests, though it's mandatory to report the result to the HANA Association.
I nodded. HANA Association reviews the jobs the fixers handle. It considers promotion or demotion based on those evaluations. We are a grade 1 office.
If that's the case, why won't the HANA Association demote UJET, let alone expel it?
The wealth Diaz possesses, her unctuous way with words, and her connections. Everything revolves around Diaz. Ezra's eyes were opened, same as the doubt I feel. Ezra knows that something is off about our job.
A fixer isn't supposed to kill a civilian who is unwilling to fight.
Diaz doesn't care about such rules. She exploits and eliminates anyone in her way, civilian or not. I get my hands dirty for her sake, because I believe in Diaz's dream. Diaz's dream? For the sake of that dream, we. An unstable trip down memory lane accelerates in fragments. Noises and cries fill the reminiscences. I totally pronounced that wrong. Reminiscences. I don't know. The sound that calls me. The sounds that call me. The voices that resent me. I'm not reading all this.
It should be at the end.
This is Diaz. Just find the bits between.
Is that must be? Is this all Diaz? What the
I
fuck?
think this is all Diaz.
Starting reading this.
No, this is not all Diaz because I see Captain in there.
Oh yeah, this is a bunch of different people. Holy crap!
Alright, we're not doing this one then.
She is literally going insane.
Oh,
Yeah,
Fenny's
we're not
saying,
doing this.
Fenny's
No.
saying it's below and we'll find it. I won't be your eyes. I opened them. The bullet fell from my forehead and hit the floor. Vespa? I quietly muttered. A yellow light flashed in the distance. Where is it? Where is it that it says it? Where is it? Fenny?
What the fuck are you doing?
What page is this on?
It's
Frick, I can't use Control F!
fucking. 218.
Alright, here we go.
Okay, thank God. Well, that's this. I've got new work for you and a strawberry cake too.
Okay, what is it about this time? Diaz brought a stranger with her, a person with gray hair and green eyes.
Is this supposed to be Diaz, this one?
Probably.
Hey, why don't we do something huge this time?
What is it now? I bet it's another odd job.
It's...
A war? What are you...
This is necessary for me to come a... You're on my side. Isn't that right?
Yes,
Yes.
this must be done. Oh, wait.
that
No,
I
that's
think
bad.
is
That's
actually
bad.
the
My
other
bad. I
bad.
didn't see this.
Yes, this must be
Oops.
done for the sake... Oh my god. Get out of here, ads! Yes, this must be done for the sake of all of us. For you, and for my mentor.
The person next to Diaz says mysterious things.
Where you're not supposed to be...
Is that me?
I think that's Ezra or Moses. I can't tell.
Is Ezra with her? I think it's me.
Yeah, that's you.
Even I can tell we're no fixers. We're just mass murderers.
Did you want to become a fixer? I wanted to dream the same dream as her, together. I wanted to take that path. I think that's
Yeah.
Diaz.
Your eyes are precious to me. They always have been. You're my most precious.
You think of me and us as tools and nothing more.
Captain, this divisionary tactic launched with the help of our corp will be vital for the success of this operation.
Noted, Heejun. I'll be spilling yet more blood. In the outpost amidst the war zone, we set off once again. All of this was an experiment. You wanted me to see all these detestable things. Ezra, Han Heejun, I'll save you. I'll save you too if it's the last thing I do.
Captain Moses.
I don't think that's supposed to be Vespa. I think it's
I
supposed
think
to
that's
be...
Diaz.
I don't think Captain Moses is supposed to be Vespa.
I think
It's
it's...
supposed to be Ezra,
But
yeah.
that's either Heejun or Ezra.
I just
Yeah.
assumed it was June.
Like, I hear it did it. It's fine.
Yeah, okay. You know what, Moses? I aim to be the head. To reach those heights, a pair of wings will be needed.
Diaz!
This was really unsatisfying, Yield.
Fine! Diaz!
Thank you! Oh, my dear eyes.
I screamed. Alright, there we go.
There we go.
Oh,
This
man.
is really scuffed.
All the stress I'm already putting my voice through, and that's what I do to it.
Look, I had to make you do it because it's convincing at all.
We're good.
We skipped 2 lines. From
No, the two at the
that
end we
chapter.
already did.
We did them. We decided to just...
We did them, we just
Yeah.
didn't see the actual words. And we had to go back for them. So that Benjamin could actually have his singular line and to yell at ads. Alright,
Benjamin
that
breaks
seems like
the fourth
canonical
wall to
Benjamin.
yell
That either
at
seems like canonical Benjamin or Ian behavior.
Alright. This is who we've got. Place you with D7. Alright, Void is voicing Edgar.
Do I need to scream out pain, like screaming pains or something? You know what? Never mind.
I mean, you can if you want.
Wait, I'm gonna sound like Senor Pello.
Okay. Alright, let's just go on.
Not bad. You actually withstood the test of my bullets?
The marksman groaned as he spoke. Vespa subdued the marksman and made him kneel in front of me. The bullet aimed for Ezra stopped as well. She's lying next to me, unconscious. A steam-powered rifle, it's similar to Psychomint as Yuria described, but this isn't one. This is a distortion, one that maintains reason. an uncommon type of distortion. Usually, distortions twist into a form suited for claiming and expressing their desires in one-dimensional ways. It's unlikely for a human side to remain. However, on rare occasions, distortions may retain their humanity and possess a capacity to plan a way to state their desires. The sapience does not make them particularly more lethal or dangerous, but it does become a nuisance to deal with. They keep their desires hidden under layers of facades similar to humans. Even so, it's still possible to figure out the cause of those distortions as their thoughts are warped and linear nonetheless. I believe there's a fine line between psychomet and distortions of this type. They're at a crossroads between making a step forward to manifesting psychomet and staying as a distortion. If I had to guess. I gave a knot at my pipe. Where are the bullets of the thumb? The distortion had introduced himself as the marksman of the mist had a bundle of lenses for a head, a combination of a large lens and smaller compound ones.
Somewhere in this mist. By the by, you're quite the impressive individual, aren't you? It's not often that someone survives one of my bullets.
This man needs bullets. It seems his gun manifested through the distortion imbues anti-ammunition loaded into it with his unique properties when they're fired.
You have what it takes to stay on the right path.
Letting him ramble on and on would be a huge waste of my time. I expired a white breath. The white smoke covered the head of his head of lenses.
What is the meaning of this? This smoke of yours tickles quite a bit.
I placed a hand on my forehead. Mental disruption won't work on him. Is this ineffective against sentient distortions in general, or is he the odd one out?
What are you doing here anyway? You don't appear to be a generic henchman of the thumb, judging from your noble willpower.
Will you tell me where you stashed the bullets if I let this talk go on?
I see you're under the impression that this conversation is a waste of your time. Why do you think that? Is it because you were ordered to retrieve the bullets? But hear me out! Chin-wagging with me will prove to be a most valuable expenditure of time. Oh, absolutely! It might even be a chance to realize what you want out of life.
This is driving me insane. Even though he has no mouth, I can almost picture one jabbering away when I listen to his babble.
Alright, let's do it this way then. I'll teach you one of these two. The location of the bullets, or the secret of this nest. Which do you want to hear?
What he uttered was rather unexpected. He mentioned the secret of this nest. It wouldn't hurt to hear that. Whether or not it's true, there's a sizable possibility that it's not entirely baseless. On the other hand, the whereabouts of the bullets is factual information, and it's what I need at the moment. Location of the bullets.
Oh, you city folk. Alas, you shall find the answer eventually, after circling round and round. The bullets are in the water tank of the building behind you.
There was genuine wistfulness in his voice. I don't mind it as much, though. Even if I had to take a roundabout trip, I can start searching for the answers when I need to. Ad.
Sorry. Dr. Moses.
What is it?
Someone is approaching.
Two shadowy figures approach from the mist. Vespa reaches for a sword. I slapped Ezra's cheeks a few times to wake her up. Ezra, there's no time to be snoozing.
Detective.
Ezra threw her arms around me. The kid must have seen a past too tough to bear. Prepare for combat. The duo revealed themselves. One of them was a person, slightly taller than me, though he is by no means a tall person. He's wearing the coat of a Zvi fixer. It's worn and wrinkled. The other was a dog made of steel. It's carrying a crude club on its back. That dog could very well be holding a human brain.
Is that the one who slaughtered our fixers?
He spoke to us.
Who are you lot?
The short
Oh wait, no,
middle-aged...
that might actually,
No, I think
No?
that's... No, yeah, that's me. Who are you, lot?
Sorry.
It's fine. We all do this. The short middle-aged man furrowed his brow, apparently baffled by the inquiry. He then took a fixer license out of his coat pocket for us to see. Zvi Association, Section 1.
Edgar, a detective from the Major Crimes Unit of Section 1 of Zwi South.
Major Crimes Unit of Zvi's Section 1. Some high-profile individual we have here. I masticated my pipe.
I want you to hand over that monster and the thumb's ammunition while you're at it.
Edgar drew a cigarette from his pocket.
Putting that aside, Vespa Crabro, the taboo hunter, is here. That's a rare sight for the southern parts.
Vespa is silently staring at Edgar. This boy in yellow has a reputation, I see. I feel an uncanny tension in the air.
Well, isn't the atmosphere rather awkward?
The marksman broke the silence.
So, is that the culprit who killed our fixers?
Edgar tilted his chin at the marksman. I maintained silence.
Would this be me?
I don't know who.
Yeah, I think that's you.
Right? I want you to stay out of this from now on.
He's oozing with poise.
What were you trying to do with those bullets anyway?
If I confess to his Fixer that we accepted a fingers request, the outcome will be thorny to say the least.
We just wanted to borrow some of the my bad.
Stop dying!
We just wanted to borrow some of those amazing bullets that the thumb makes. Hehehe.
Ezra hurriedly stepped up.
Really? So you're a group of scavengers looking for some loot to snatch in this aftermath.
An electronic sound rang. Psst, yes.
What's that, Rang? You overheard their conversation?
Edgar puts his ear to the dog next to him. Ezra gulped. His expression turned into a minor scowl. Bzzzt.
Is that so?
Edgar threw a cigarette butt into his portable ashtray.
Fixers bribed into doing dirty deeds for the thumb, eh? That changes the story.
Wait, I am Moses the Distortion Detective, and I belong to the Seven Association. These are my assistants, Ezra and Vespa.
Forget that. Is it true that you're working for the thumb?
It is, but our lives were on the line in that deal.
This city never runs short of felonious scum. A fixer affiliated to an association taking work for a syndicate. From a syndicate.
This is troublesome. The problem isn't that we're facing a fixer from the Section 1 of an association. The association he belongs to is this issue. Starting a feud with a Zai fixer who works for the safety of the city is essentially opening the few remaining upholders of justice in the civic jumble. Although it would take some time, the only option we have is to follow them to the station and give our testimony of the situation. Besides, Diaz has our back. I presume paperwork won't bother us for long.
I could cuff you and take you to HQ for formal procedures, but I'm a stubborn fool.
Damn it, I don't have a good feeling about this. Ezra looked at me with nervous eyes and shook her head vigorously. She's telling me that our opponent is strong.
Seeing scum like you makes my blood boil. They say fixers do anything for money these days, but partaking in the slaughter of innocent people led by a finger? That's where I draw the line.
Edgar shook his hands, then his canine companion merged with him, transforming into a suit of metallic armor covering his body. It was as if a shepherd dog assumed an anthropomorphic form.
Rang, it's time to bring justice.
Vespa! A yellow flash clashed against flickers of an indigo hue. The sharp blows make a sound that echoes through the street. Ezra will escape, pick the sod up and run. Our best option is to lure him to where Isabella is. Hey, Marksman of the Mist, was it? Think you can keep him in place?
Oh, I could hold that man, sure. But I could also just end up killing him. Or the bullet might not even work, like how it didn't work on you. It's all in the mind.
I'm forced to make yet another choice. Vespa report? Bro.
I'm
Wait,
scared.
I'm supposed to say
bro.
He is 24.
No way he's 24, man. How is he 24?
I mean, he's like 26 in Limbus.
One of his specialties is driving.
He's
He
awesome.
He likes vehicle maintenance.
While brewing cinnamon tea, he's getting along with Bina perfectly.
I guess, yeah, he is.
Preferably substantial meals.
He doesn't like cacti.
He would hate X's office.
I know he
But
hates
he-
X's
I don't
office.
think that I don't think that cactus is real though. I think it's like a metaphorical thing.
Oh, here's
Question.
her.
The
Never
bitch.
mind.
Oh, now we get to see exactly how old she... Oh no, we don't!
Age, question mark,
Triple digits though!
Hag.
Triple digits!
Question mark, question mark, question mark.
The hag.
Creation,
The hag, the
question mark,
beautiful
God,
hag.
the
Wait,
hag.
question mark, question mark, question mark.
Angie
What
short.
piece?
Vintage
Eloquence.
tableware.
Alright, we have 4 chapters left.
Yay.
Alright, stealth comes back in on this one. Let's go. Ezra and I were still running. The thunderous roar of our pursuer won't get any quieter. Despite our best efforts to escape him, the struggle is filled with the sounds of building walls on the collapse, the sounds of swords cutting through the air, and the screeches of metal chafing against one another. Edgar is chasing us, and Vespa is slowing him down.
Whoa. Have you still not made up your mind? What's the hesitation for? You may be bold in the face of major occasions, but you're quite a reluctant one when it comes to the little things.
The marksman of the mist says to me, being carried on Ezra's shoulder. This is not a little thing at all. Edgar comes from the Zvi Association. Anyone with half a brain in this business knows that there are boundaries a fixer shouldn't cross. They're what differentiates you from a syndicate crook. Violating those rules would result in a demotion or worse, disqualification from work. However, if we murdered a fixer from Section 1 of the Zvi Association while doing some bidding for the thumb, disqualification would be the least of our concerns. We'd become the target of requests. No, I know better, that despite everything, this can be covered up as long as Diaz has her back. The shallow sense of justice left in me is repulsed by the thought. Though, that's not it either. I'm aware that I've come too far to speak of justice at this point. It all comes down to wanting to rely on her. Not wanting to rely on her. Diaz is deeply intertwined with every problem, from the cause to the solution, and I hate to see myself continually asking her for help. It's a childish and personal reason. How laughable that I brought up righteousness and conscience as a fixer for my first excuse. Think you can hit him?
You decided that! Anywhere in the mist, and whoever you want.
Boom! With a loud noise, Edgar landed in front of us. His armor was riddled with impacts and slices from Vespa's sword, though none of them appeared to have left any critical damage. He held Vespa by the hair with his left hand.
Vespa Crabro. You're tough, but you lack experiment. Damn it! You're tough, but you lack experience, and I can sense uncertainty in your blade.
It's 'cause he's 24! Edgar spat as he slammed Vespa to the ground. Shoot him! The marksman of the mist pulled the trigger right on cue. The bullet was aimed for the center of Edgar's forehead. He easily dodged the shot by tilting it to the side.
Using cheap little tactics, aren't you?
Said a deep voice. Then Edgar swung his fist at me.
Detective!
At that moment, Ezra tossed the marksman into the air and stopped that fist with both hands. Another shockwave shook the street. Crackle, crunch, Ezra's arms broke from the overwhelming impact. She coughed up blood and fell on her knees. He clenched his fist and extended his arm once more, an attack with murderous intent. He's trying to kill me with his fist. I kept my eyes open and looked straight into him. His fist did not reach me.
Anywhere and whomever you desire. My bullets circled round and round and eventually reached you.
The bullet struck Edgar's head from the back. It rotates where it landed, to be precise. Just like that, Edgar came to a halt. Whew. I caught my breath. It was one of the few moments in my life when I was ready to accept my doom. Ezra, can you stand up?
This isn't a big deal.
The first aid kit in Ezra's dimensional bag should be enough to take care of a broken arm. However, as it is a limited resource, I feel rather hesitant to use it right away. Vespa is unconscious on the ground, wounded and bruised. We should sort this out. Hey, how long does your bullet keep a person frozen?
That depends on the person. You, for one, overcame it with much haste and elegance.
Is it okay to move a person in this state?
Well, I don't see it being an issue. Not that I've made such an attempt before.
Ezra can't use her arms due to injury. I tapped Vespa on the cheek a few times to wake him up. He let out a faint groan as his eyes opened slightly.
Have you taken care of him?
For now. Vespa got up, running his hand through his hair. He looked at me, then at Ezra and the marksman of this mist, and finally surveyed the surroundings to get a gist of the situation. Let's get moving first. I nodded. Vespa put Ezra on his shoulder and grabbed Edgar at the back of the neck. A small act of revenge, perhaps. The marksman of the mist is plenty willing to follow us without any persuasion necessary. We should get to a good place to rest before we take the ammunition to Isabel.
Okay.
I think that's you.
Yeah, no. I'm going with you!
Edgar's determined shout echoed through the basement, then his eyes met mine.
Rang!
Bzzz.
Well, fuck. Both you and I are captives, huh? Damn it. What happened back there? Back of my head, it aches like hell.
Detective! Thank goodness that the guy didn't die at least.
Amazing! Another who possesses a spirit of steel! How serendipitous of me to witness 2 people triumph over my bullets in a single day!
I'm sitting on a crate, watching our tied and restrained Edgar with a smoking pipe pursed by my lips. Ezra and Vespa are waiting for my orders at the back.
You haven't killed me yet, so I reckon there's something you want.
First off, I'd like to clear the misunderstanding between us, Edgar.
If you mean how I mistook you for some small-time lackeys of the thumb, then you bet it's cleared, Crystal. Congratulations. Killing me would be a huge step up in your criminal career. You're gonna be real famous among the syndicates. Might even get you a nice little position in the thumb.
I shook my head as I blew out smoke from my pipe. Let me introduce myself once more. I'm Moses, a grade 5 fixer belonging to the 7 Association. My current occupation is the Distortion Detective.
A detective? Distortions?
Demon King. Sacred Stone. I'm sorry. That's all I could think. Freaking Tears of the Kingdom. Okay. My work... My work is to deal with the distortions we encounter in this nest and retrieve them. We crossed paths with the thumb unexpectedly. Thus, we had no other option but to cooperate.
Did you harm any civilians during your little errand?
No.
Right. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you didn't. Probably thought you could just be on your way after you're done helping the thumb. I bet you never stopped to think about the lives of the innocents that would be lost to the bullets you retrieved. That's what I find unforgivable about people like you.
You want to hold us accountable because of that. Why don't you consider the possibility that we might help more innocent and powerless people after the business is settled? Your accusation is just a delusion.
A delusion, eh? Yeah, right. I've said similar things plenty of times in my life.
I inhaled smoke. So you refuse to show any understanding for our situation.
Maybe I'll give it another thought when you turn against the thumb.
You seem to think you have the upper hand. You're tied to a chair, your life is in our hands.
And yet here you are trying to negotiate with me.
He's an old hand. He must have a rough grasp of our awkward circumstances. What would be your demand if that were the case? Do you want the thumb dead?
Yep.
Fine.
Alright. Then let me hear your side of the story.
We're heading to where Isabel is. Ezra and Vespa are following us, carrying the bullets.
So you're collecting distortions, huh? How many have you caught so far?
I don't think I'm obligated to tell you that much.
I know the distortions have been causing a commotion lately, but I'm not sure if you can just meet them wherever you want to.
It's a trade secret.
Whenever. My bad.
We're about to arrive at the house that the thumb took over after murdering its previous residents. Isabel and her group greet us in front of the house.
Mrs. Moses.
Edgar runs at her as soon as she stops speaking.
Sorry.
Edgar's metallic dog once again becomes a suit of armor that covers his body. His ironclad fist struck Isabel's face right away. She was slightly knocked back, but retaliated with a knee to Edgar's stomach. The mutual attack created a bit of distance between the two.
What is the meaning of this, Mrs. Moses?
Isabel asks, spitting bloodied saliva. I shouldn't speak with her, destroying the assemblage of the Thumb's members with no room for negotiation. That's the condition Edgar offered. It seems I can't avoid sinking into pits of violence no matter what I do. Ezra, Vespa, will support him. We're facing a capo and 20 soldatos from the Thumb. On our side, we have 2 grade 1 fixers, 1 grade 3 fixer, and 1 grade 5 fixer. And 1 distortion. Alright, we have 3 chapters left. Winter needs to leave soon. Oh.
We do 2 chapters in 50 minutes.
I don't think. I think we
I
might
don't
have
think
to
we
do
can do
another
2 in
session.
15.
Honestly,
We can do one more chapter in that
I
time.
can do this one. and
Yeah,
that'll
we
be
can do
fine.
one more chapter. Ooh, you're voicing 2 people in this one. I did not realize that.
honestly, I like his
Probably
voice for
fine.
Marksman of the Mist. So
If
I mean,
someone wants to take on
The voices are different enough, right?
Yeah.
The way he does
Yeah,
the
it
voices
should
are
be
enough, I
okay.
think it should be fine.
When we get to chapter 41, I don't know if we're going to have time for Winter to do that one, so we'll sort that. Someone can take over for Winter when we get there.
Yeah.
If he
Sorry
has
about
to,
this.
if we don't have time for him.
It's fine.
Amazing.
If
Chapter
that works
41,
for
I'm
everyone.
a clerk.
But like 20 minutes in the bathroom, it's my fault.
Void of the fucking clerk. Oh my god.
Alright, let's get the show on the road.
Yep, let's go. We don't have much time before Winter's got to go, so let's go. Vespa, you're free to brandish your sword with no constraint this time.
I've been waiting for this.
I thought you were saying something and I couldn't hear you, sir, for a second. Sorry. Vespa nodded. I imagine his sword was held back by worry when he was fighting Edgar. The boundaries of a fixer are no concern against a thumb, however. Vespa drew his blade and charged into the soldados without hesitation. We have their ammunition, and as such, they are devoid of the means to stop Vespa and Ezra from approaching them. Edgar is in a scuffle with Isabel. Isabel's brass knuckles collide with Edgar's steel fists, creating noises and sparks that distract my senses. Edgar should be able to handle Isabel on his own if we keep the soldados occupied. The problem is how the 4 of us are going to take on 20 of them. Ezra will take on 3, leave the rest to Vespa.
Got it, detective.
I bit my smoking pipe. What I can do is let out 3 forms of breath. Lending a hand with the red breath won't do much against a single soldato. The other options are the white breath and violet breath. Breaking their psyche or tying them down would be a more effective approach. Time will solve this problem. I let out a violet puff. The pipe assumed the form of a whip, and I lashed it at 2 soldatos running towards Ezra. How well we can wield the whip is irrelevant. What matters more is the mental image. I have to picture how I will bind them in clear detail. As I do, the whip wraps around the victims, and purple thorns stick into their skin. Ezra, now!
Okay.
Ezra swung her hammer at one of the immobilized soldatos to crush their cranium. She then swung it at the other, but missed, and they retaliated with the buttstock of their rifle. It turns into a stalemate, dragging on without either side gaining an upper hand. Vespa seemed to be struggling to land fatal blows on the foes surrounding him as well. However, this delay is exactly what we need.
Anywhere and whomever you desire.
The marksman of the mist has finished imbuing the thumb's bullets with his power. His shots hit one target after another. Some manage to react, but the bullets take a tortuous route and find a way to get to them regardless. One by one, they cease movement, and the last bullet struck Capo Isabel.
That's what got me, huh?
Edgar muttered.
These thumb crooks are yours to take care of now.
Bang! The sound of a new bullet hole in a human. The bullets have already begun to pierce those who couldn't overcome the trial. Edgar watches as the soldatos fall.
Oh, wait a minute. That might have been someone else. That might have been a different person's line.
I don't think it matters.
Right. I'll deal with them my way. What about that man you call the marksman of the mist, then?
We'll be taking him. Edgar made a bitter smile. Then he thrust his arm through Isabel's head at a tremendous speed.
So is it just me, or are those bullet holes the same kind as the ones left on the deceased crew from my association?
I placed a hand on my forehead. The corpses of Zvi Association fixtures we found in that workshop weren't the doing of the thumb. That was most certainly the marksman's work. The decision I need to make here is clear-cut. I can always procure distortions another time. For that, preserving my life comes first. You can have the marksman. In return, I ask you to stop pursuing us.
Moses, it's hard for me to tell where you stand. You're acting up for a single goal, with no morals tugging at you, good or evil. You're the kind of person who would stop at nothing to reach what you want.
Are you speaking?
Wait.
Oh,
I think this is me.
I think this is marksman.
I think the whole thing is him shouting both paragraphs.
No, this isn't how this. This tells me
Maybe.
that that's 2 different people.
Okay. Are you speaking the truth? Do you sincerely have no need of me?
The marksman of the mist shouted from afar. I only need to take care of the task Diaz entrusted me with. That's all there is to it. The marksman isn't necessary for help for this job. Bzz, my prosthetic arm emits a light.
Dr. Moses, I get the gist of your current situation.
It's Han Hee-jun. He's contacted me after all this time?
I thought communication systems were all busted around here.
Edgar murmured to himself dryly. He must have mixed feelings seeing this kind of technology, given his crew probably had a hard time requesting assistance here. Lady Diaz says she will have the... Wait, hold up. That's not... Okay.
That's winter, that's winter.
Lady Diaz says she will have the aftermath cleaned up. I want you to secure the marksman of the mist.
The fact it wasn't a new paragraph is what tripped me up. Hanhi-jun has been watching us all along. He's at least seen enough to know the context of the recent events surrounding me. He most likely kept an eye over us when we were being chased by sweepers and when we were negotiating with the Thumb. I'm not even surprised. This is how Hanhi-jun works, and what he said just now is a roundabout way of meaning that we are allowed to kill Edgar. It's an indirect order from Diaz to do so. I'm not going to kill that man.
Like hell you aren't.
Ezra, stop him with all your strength. Ezra threw herself at Edgar as he raised a fist and started running toward me. She barely managed to hold him back with the imperfect psychomet manifested on her body. Her psychomet tends to be brought out in rather heated moments, and I have to be involved in it.
What's up with you, really? Is it money that you're after? No, you're motivated by beliefs. Not the honest kind, though. Your twisted beliefs gnaw at the things in your wake. With your half-hearted sense of justice, you spared my life while taking down the Thumb's mooks. But that sense of justice is easily broken as soon as it drags you down. Or maybe your justice was too soft to even break in the first place. You're a band of scum, there's no doubt about that.
I tensely held my smoking pipe in my lips. As Edgar said, I act according to my beliefs. Atonement, self-consolation. That is the only goal I need to achieve. Nothing else matters. I move purely for this single purpose. I took a breath and lit out paleness. Turquoise blue powder covered Edgar.
Why?
Ezra yelled at me. Thanks for pointing out something I am already painfully aware of, Edgar. I won't kill you for the sake of my scummy beliefs.
Rang. It's time to bring justice again.
Edgar's armor began to glow and sparks flew off. It seems he's ramping up the power output of his armor to the maximum. Pushing Ezra away, he bolted forward. His destination isn't me, it's the marksman of the mist that he's aiming for. A bolt of blue light dashes across the street. He sprints on all fours, assuming posture reminiscent of a wolf, but he won't reach where he wants to be. The more he runs, the more the turquoise powder buries into his armor. A temporal treadwheel. Edgar's movement slowed to a near-complete halt.
I thought you had forsaken me for a moment.
The marksman of the mist descends from the building and comes running. Ezra's looking at me with tears in her eyes.
You're such a liar, detective.
Vespa sheathes his sword and walks to us. The situation has been handled somehow.
No, I can't stop here.
A lens was shattered, sending shards of glass flying into the air. The sound of it came afterward. Edgar's fist had smashed the head of the marksman. It happened all too suddenly. No one present could possibly expect or react to this. His movement unfolded before my eyes in slow motion, as if all of it were crystallized within a frozen sliver of time, a mere fraction of a second. He thwacked Vespa's sword with a backhand just as he tried to draw it. The sword was pinned to the ground along with its hilt. Then his left fist struck Vespa in the chest.
Hey, Moses, what did I tell you? I said it's time to bring justice. I won't let you get away scot-free.
Could this be the side effect of the pale breath? It seemed as though Edgar stored momentum while his movement was halted. I have never encountered this kind of situation before. There's nothing Ezra or I can do at this distance. Is this your definition of justice? Killing people left and right? Do you think you're bringing about justice by murdering whoever seems guilty enough to you?
Oh, I do, ma'am.
Edgar grabbed me by the neck and lifted me upward. His grip is iron. It feels like he could tear apart my throat at any moment. Even this likely isn't the full extent of his strength. Ezra grapples his arm and kicks him to no avail. He won't flinch at all. The marksman of the mist is dead. The Thumb's crooks are slain. You know who we actually are, too. What reasoning do you have left, then? Butchering fixers out of mere spite?
Think running your mouth will save your life?
I believe I'm describing the situation as it is. What you're doing at the moment is no better than a syndicate's behavior. Bzzzt.
Fucking hell, Rang, I know!
Edgar threw me to the ground.
I'll remember you, Moses the Distortion Detective, and your assistants, Ezra and Vespa. I'll be in charge of every damn thing you do in this nest.
And then Edgar never returns!
Such a detective.
the voice line there, and then Edgar's just gone.
Yep.
Just gone.
Alright, so Winter's gone. We need someone to voice Hanhi-jun. You guys you guys discussed it for a second. I need to go to the bathroom.
Shit. Should I do it? I mean, it shouldn't be intrusive to Ezra, so I could do it.
Dang, we're all talkative today.
Yeah, just give me Hanhijun. It shouldn't be intrusive to Ezra, I think.
It's so sad. Steve Jobs side of Hawkball.
Well, this is the last that you have to voice as Aster, so it'll be okay. Is D7 just taking Winter, or is no one else?
Yeah, just give
Alright.
it to me.
Alright.
It shouldn't be intrusive. That's fine.
Alright.
I'm a clerk.
2 more chapters left. Let's go. I activated the prosthetic arm. Bzzzt. We failed to secure the marksman of the mist.
That's a shame, Doctor. Though it's alright. Please continue with your work. And it's getting late, so you might want to look for lodging first.
There is no ill will or reproach in his voice. To him and Diaz, this is but a small detriment. I doubt they actually thought it all was a shame. They thought it was a shame at all. Ezra is upset with me, and Vespa is feeling powerless. We're a complete wreck. We're walking back to our vehicle, dragging ourselves along like soldiers returning home from defeat. Whatever the case, we need the van Diaz gave us to retrieve distortions. Ezra, I had the option with the highest chance of success. I had to take the option with the highest chance of success.
So you're gonna use that blue breath every time, Detective?
No, only when it's necessary. And that was one of those cases.
Still!
None of us had any other means to stop Edgar. That was the reality. Ezra was weak. Even though she has Psychoment, a power she can't fully control is still a weak power. Vespa is silently following us, staying out of the conversation. Remember, Vespa, our goal isn't strength or vengeance. All we should do is find and retrieve distortions.
And that is for your personal satisfaction, I imagine.
Correct. We reached our car. It's thankfully safe and sound. It was provided by none other than Diaz, after all. I suppose it's time to get back on the road of collecting distortions. The sun is setting. I suppose we have to look for a place to stay the night. And with the funds Diaz gave us, we could book a 7-star hotel. However, whether a proper hotel is still up and running in this nest is another question entirely. Either one of you have a place you want to stay at? Ezra, give me a map of Elcorp's nest. Ezra hands me a wrinkled piece of paper after rummaging through her dimensional bag. It's a basic map that shows major facilities located in the nest. It lists restaurants, accommodations, and such. The problem is that it's hard to tell where we are in this mist. That is, if we didn't have the prosthetic arm to specify our coordinates. I tapped the arm a few times to display our current location and superimposed it over the map. We're currently quite far from the center of the nest. Quality amenities and accommodations are easier to find near the center. Hotel Larriere. At least it's a 4-star hotel close to us. It looks like it'll take half an hour to get there by car. Even in a nest whose wing has fallen, people still live on and services are provided. Fixers and syndicates still remain as well. People find ways to carry on with their lives, whether by hiring fixers or submitting to syndicates. However, might is more dominant than ever in such places. When residents run out of money, the fixers will stop providing protection and leave. The nest will gradually become deserted as people begin to leave as soon as they're ready to. There is no guarantee that someone who once lived in a nest can migrate to another nest. Each nest issues migration permits differently. For some, the only remaining option at that point would be the back streets. I imagine the luxury of the nest life won't let them easily adapt to the back streets. This is not a matter of possibility, though. It's about survival. It might be difficult to even find a decent area to settle in. On the way to the hotel, we faced several small-time syndicates, those attempting to rob us of our cash and vehicle, those trying to intimidate us for their own survival. We treat them with blades or outrun them before continuing on our road. It's a bitter drive. I gnawed on my pipe as we went along.
Here we are. I think it's me. I think it's me. Is it me?
It's somebody says Junior, so like that must mean Vespa, right?
This is
Because
Ezra. This is Vespa. This could be me.
Okay. What was it? Vespa, Ezra. Okay, just do it like that.
Here we are, Hotel Larriere.
I wonder if it's in business.
We'll find out once we get in, Junior.
After exiting our vehicle in the parking lot, we headed to the main gate of the hotel.
Greetings, esteemed guests. My name is Root, the manager of this hotel. Would you like to check in? Why are you here to assault us? I'll have you know that our hotel has a contract with an office employing multiple Grade 1 fixers. So I'd suggest that you want to stay out of trouble.
We'd like to check in.
May I have a look at a piece of identification from your group's representative, then?
I handed over my fixer ID card. The manager began to write down the info onto the guest lists.
Miss Moses, a Grade 5 fixer. You must have come a long way from the northern side. The warp train must have cost a fortune, no? I hope you haven't brought along any headaches as serious as the distance you had to travel.
You're making this long. Are you always this inquisitive about your guests' business?
Please understand that, as you know, the current circumstances of this nest are rather chaotic.
Do the rates include breakfast too?
Hesitatingly asked.
Yes, of course. While not as good as before, we still serve delicious meat pies and tomato juice. I'd like to request that the others provide their IDs, please. We used to check only the person representing each party, but as I said, recent circumstances have made our procedures more thorough.
Ezra and Vespa handed over their fixer IDs as well.
Miss Ezra, a Grade 3 fixer, and a Grade 1.
The manager's pen stopped for a moment. Perhaps he realized that we might be above what his hotel can handle. It's possible that he lied about having a contract with an office. We won't cause any trouble. We'll leave as soon as the morning breaks.
Trouble? Oh.
Nope. Rusk. Okay, well, I guess stealth is Rusk now. Stealth. Stealth! Stealth!
Who am I voicing?
You're voicing Rusk now, which is this guy.
Trouble, huh? You never know until night passes, isn't that right?
A voice came from behind.
Is that me
Yep.
again? Hotel Larriere. How do you even pronounce that?
It's either
I'm not
Larriere
French, I
or
don't know how to
Larriere. I've
pronounce
been
that.
pronouncing it either.
Hotel Larriere has quite a bit of legacy. It's even partnered with the Hana Association, even though it doesn't guarantee immediate safety. It's all enough to screw over the lives of fixers like you.
A hotel that signed a contract with an association. If a fixer causes injury or damage with no good reason, the Hana Association will investigate and punish them accordingly to the course of events and severity of the case. Causing a scene in a venue partnered with an association can be grounds for additional punishment. The offender may be bombarded with penalty points that will accelerate demotions and disqualification.
I'm Rusk, leader of Rusk's office. I've been staying here with my crew.
Vespa turned around to carefully scan the person. If what the manager said is anything to go by, this man must be a Grade 1 fixer, and other fixers from his office are probably somewhere in this hotel.
Now then, since we probably know what we could do to each other, you can trust your weapons to me.
Vespa knit his brow. Ezra held her dimensional bag tightly.
This is Ezra,
That's
right?
D7.
Manager.
No.
Detective. My bad.
Manager, will
Detective.
Rusk office keep us safe during our stay?
Most certainly. If you're not a fan of this method, I kinda advise you to seek another lodging.
You're aware
Like
that
the
people of our
monsters.
caliber can easily create a ruckus unarmed, aren't you?
It's still the job of the oh.
No, that's you.
It's still the job of the manager to do anything to minimize risks. How many rooms would you like?
3 are the best rooms you've got.
Here are the keys to room 501, room 502, and room 519. Our staff will guide you to a unique room you won't see in other hotels, Miss Moses. Consider it a special service.
Why, thank you.
3 suites for 1 night. That will be 2.45 million on in total.
That's approximately 800,000 on per person per room. The price is more or less understandable as it costs a fortune to hire offices and maintain contracts with associations. I nodded in approval, and Ezra paid the fee with the cash in her bag.
I think that's supposed to be the manager, that one.
I think that's still the
And
manager,
now
yeah.
would like you to turn in any weapons in your possessions, please.
Vespa unbuckled his belt.
Mr. Rusk,
That's
expect
Vespa.
things to get...
Addister.
That's Vespa.
Mr. Rusk, expect things to get seriously messy if you're so much to leave a scratch on my blade.
Vespa warned in a low voice.
That's up to your attitude, I suppose.
Russ glared at Vespa with bleary eyes.
Oh,
D7,
D7.
are you dying?
1 second.
D7 Gashindo.
I need to go. 1 second. Bathroom. My bad.
Okay, well I guess we're stopping
we
for a
are-
second.
We are
It's so
incredibly
sad that
scuffed, aren't we?
D7 died of Ligma.
This particular recording has been a lot messier than the others, but not
Yep,
in
we're
like...
incredibly
Apparently.
scuffed. Welcome to our recordings.
Yeah.
Do you
Also, I'm
think when-
sorry, I messed up the names. They were too similar. I'm sorry.
Do you think when we do your stories readings, it'll be better at least?
I think that one's going to be a lot more organized, and it's not one person doing like 90% of the talking.
Yeah,
Well, we're
we could
sorry.
also we could also probably do it like an actual like voice acted thing instead of
Yeah, instead of just mostly reading it flatly.
I
This-
feel like having our people like actually like go through the lines and saying their lines, like sending them in, would make more sense for that one because it's
maybe.
typically your work that we're voicing.
True. This has
From the
been
messy...
very
From the messy
unprofessional and
distortion.
not well put together or organized. I just wanted to do this for fun so people can see Distortion Detective. That
fun.
was all. If we
Yeah.
want to do something more in depth, like and more proper for ostensibility and such, then it probably would be a good idea to record things separately and send it in to one person to put it all together, because it's going to be a nightmare to schedule everyone into one call.
Especially for undulations, yeah.
Yeah, there's going to be so many people to voice, and it'll give more people the option to voice, you know?
Yeah.
So, someone should probably bring that up to Winter, to suggest it to Winter, since he's the one who's been in charge of putting all that together. But
yeah,
I do
we
think
also
it's a
need
good
to figure
idea.
out who's voicing who again.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
I'm
the
back on
the
the
document
story.
is still being put together, so that's going to be a little while before we get up to that. But I do think it is a good... You are right, you do make a good point. I do think it's a good idea to record separately and edit it together.
You still gotta do Leviathan before undulation, right?
Oh yeah, we're planning on doing Leviathan as well, so we'll get that started in a few weeks. I don't want to do it next week.
Yeah, I do.
We need a break off of this. We need a break.
Yeah. Leviathan's gonna be even more chaotic considering how that story is.
At least it doesn't have all the narration by one person.
Yeah, at least until you get to the written chapters.
text.
Yeah. But I think we can hopefully do all of Leviathan in one sitting. That is my hope. One or two sittings. But yeah. Yeah, so we're not going to be bumbling through it as we are with Distortion Detective, because I am tripping over myself a lot reading through this, because it's
we're
kind of
really
on the spot.
good.
We're gonna be upgrading from the messy Distortion Detective readings to the slightly less messy readings.
Yeah, so if someone would like to draft that up and suggest it to Winner, that'd be a good idea. Everyone's going to need a recording software to do it, though.
Audacity is free and it's pretty easy to use. So.
I have OBS, but it might be better to just do an audio recording, which I think I can do with OBS.
That's what Audacity is. Just suggest everyone get that.
Okay.
I've already got
so
Audacity.
Yeah, someone
Yeet.
someone draft that up with all of the recommendations too. So it's going to be a big undertaking to do that one, and whoever is able to edit it all together, that'd be great.
Yeah, this could be a pain to edit it all together.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Okay, we should start.
But,
Because I don't know when the next time I'll go to the bathroom.
Yeah, let's continue.
Baby B, that's not how you ask people nicely.
Ezra chimed in.
Please take good care of this bag and that palace weapons. They're super duper precious to us.
I can keep this smoking pipe, can't I? I'll make sure to smoke outside.
Mr. Rusk, please examine that pipe to ensure that it has no capability to kill. Miss Moses, may we trouble you for a second if you don't mind?
I passed my pipe to Rusk.
That's an expensive looking pipe.
He inspected the smoking pipe from several different angles.
I found no problems with it, Mr. Root.
The manager nodded.
Have a comfortable night's rest, then.
We followed the hotel clerk into the elevator. Ezra and Vespa went to their designated rooms. Mine's room 519, located at the end of the corridor. The clerk explains a few things on the way.
Breakfast is provided from 6 until 9 in the morning, and...
Are there many guests?
There are more visitors than you might think. Many guests have checked in to stay here long-term as well.
That's fair. This may be a safer option than a common residence in a fallen nest, although the price of a single night's stay will be more expensive than the monthly rent of a backstreets dwelling. For a hotel that has seen an increase in the number of guests, it doesn't seem very populated. I haven't seen anyone other than us.
I guess it's because it's late evening. Anyway, here we are, room 519. It's one of the proudest rooms Hotel Area has to offer.
The clerk opened the door for me, and I slowly walked into the room. As soon as my entrance was made, I was struck by the thick stench of blood. Oh, hell. Oi! I quickly turned my head to see the door slam shut in my face.
Enjoy your night, milady.
A creepy voice came from the other side of the door. That social call does not bode me a good evening. I bit into my pipe to steady myself, looking into the room. Around 20 people are facing the wall. Blood vessels extended from the back of their necks and converge into one spot. An old woman sits on a leather sofa at the center of the room, connected to those 20 veins. A distortion. It's a blood fiend.
I bid you welcome, Moses. I am Laria, the owner of this hotel. Perhaps it is no coincidence that you have arrived here in front of me.
Damn it, Honey June, there's a blood fiend in the hotel we randomly picked on the map. He's got to have planned this from the beginning, calculating our route. Unless this really was just an unfortunate turn of events. I still can't help but be skeptical of him, considering his track record. Creatures of the night, vampires, blood fiends, a stereotyped form of distortion, similar to merfolk. An incarnation of hunger based on psychological thirst. Various stories of blood fiends would be told, ranging from urban legends to stars of the city. I'm reminded of the once infamous Blood Red Night. I exhaled a red breath. The pipe assumed the shape of a red sword, which I pointed to the blood fiend.
A fascinating red hue. It's the blood imbuing that emanates such kryptonite.
As the blood fiend waved her hand, the blade melted into wine-colored smoke and dissipated.
Moses, could you take a moment to listen to what this old lady has to say?
The woman lifted her arm and waved her hand, raising a red chair next to me. I have no choice but to take a seat.
That day.
That might be you.
That day, ever since the pillar of light illuminated the city, the times have been changing.
I held my pipe in my mouth again. Last chapter, y'all!
Yeah!
Let's go! Yippee! We've reached the end!
And it's 2 people talking, and that is it.
Yep. Alright.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Yeah, you go do that. I'm gonna just go. Okay. This is gonna be a lot of talking on my part again. Okay. The Blood Red Knight, a star of the city that made its mark a few years ago, known for randomly kidnapping people from the back streets and the nest alike, who would later be found as corpses robbed of all internal organs. Those corpses would then become to life and wander, looking for the next victim. The eastern and northern sides of the city trembled in fear of her for quite some time. From an urban myth to a legend, from a legend to a nightmare. And soon enough she rose to be a star. Multiple associations and offices joined forces to study the star, reveal its true identity, and ultimately slay it. Our office was part of that collaborative effort. Looking back, it's embarrassing to say that we contributed at all. I never got to see the Blood Red Knight in person, and the closest encounter I had was the corpse of a person killed by one of the walking bodies. We were never included in the major missions. I lacked experience as the Distortion Detective at the time, and it probably didn't help that my response to the situation wasn't the most professional. Several offices tackled the menace, but she would elude them every time, only leaving them with living corpses to take care of. Those that most likely did face her were later found dead more often than not. Alas, the brighter the star is, the earlier it burns out. In the end, Charles' office eliminated the Blood Red Knight with flying colors. After that case, I began to study more about blood fiends in my free time. I encountered a few of them, whom I managed to repel or resolve. The impression I got is that every one of them possessed formidable power, whether or not they were of sound mind. The ones lacking rationality demonstrated explosive physical strength and tenacity, driven by raging thirst. Those with reason behave in clever and cunning ways until they're cornered, at which point they will resort to inhuman strength out of desperation. All because of their thirst. There's one thing they strongly crave: blood. It's far from the desire for a good meal. To them, blood isn't something to satiate their gluttony. It's a crystallization of desire. They treat blood like how we treat money. Only that while money is a means for us to afford various desires, blood is a purpose in itself to them. Similar to how humans often become conniving and vicious for money, blood fiends are obsessed with blood, and will go to any lengths to consume blood in their own ways. What worries would you actually have, other than ways to claim more blood for yourselves? I huffed out smoke. The old woman smiled a bitter smile.
Maybe so, maybe so. Ever since the Pillar of Light was fired up, our family has been treated like no other.
Family? Is that supposed to be some kind of role play?
We had to form a community, so to speak. To live long and quiet life as they stretched into the night. We used to spend our day in peace. Although, there were a few imbeciles such as Elena. However, after the light was cast, a colony outside of our control emerged.
In other words, new blood fiends showed up?
Precisely. They're just like us. However, those newborn are unaware of our role, and neither do they know how to control their power.
Rules? Are your rules there to endorse trapping people in hotels and sucking the blood out of them?
These people won't remember what happened the next day. I merely take an adequate amount of blood from them in return for ensuring their safety. We had been living moderate life until we were faced with this trial. The purity and pedigree of the elder are to put a test.
Your distortions. I don't know about purity, but you can't have any pedigree.
Distortion, you say? Moses, the Distortion Detective. She will see the twisted minds of people.
How do you know that I can see distortions? How did you expect my arrival?
A good friend of yours informed me.
That sod Hawnee June must have leaked it out.
That fellow is more supportive of you than you might think.
Anyway, that should make this
That's Stevie?
conversation...
Okay.
No, I think that's me. See?
Yeah.
It's me. Anyway, that should make this conversation easier. The distortion is essentially a disease of the mind. You're nothing special. Distortions that follow a set pattern are especially plain. In that sense, your type is obvious. You're far from the trickiest distortions to handle.
We're unique in that we have a bloodline. From the moment we received blood in a certain mansion, our anchor was linked, and a lineage was formed. We have lived in the dark since long before the distortion phenomenon. Your kin recently has been blathering on about. We'd be fighting for our lives.
Fight? Who is your enemy, then?
Your kind, of course. Intentionally or not, we are bound to cross paths with fixers and syndicates due to our nature. We set up rules in order to survive. We decide to settle in each nest and district. That way, we wouldn't invade each other's territories. To uphold this balance, we had to pull our can to rest until the population of each district was small enough.
You mean there are 24 more elders like you out there? One for every district?
Yes, and now my position as one is being threatened. The newborns are jeopardizing the balance.
Seems to me that your balance wasn't all that firm if even before that it couldn't stop the Blood Red Knight from showing up.
The Blood Red Knight. If you're talking about Elena, I could see that she was our mistake. She was an embodiment of violence, one that even we had little success in calming. I worry that more of such incident may happen.
Do all the employees of this hotel know that you're a blood fiend?
Only who would know.
So,
Only
who is this... So, who is this supposed menace that's threatening your seat?
Rusk.
The fixer hired by the hotel?
Yes. Keeping my enemies close to me makes it easier to deal with them.
So, you're saying that Rusk is trying to remove you and take your throne. I can only see an ordinary level of distortion from him. A blood fiend's eyes are red. Having red eyes doesn't automatically make one a blood fiend, but the red-eyed trait is an invariable part of all blood fiends. Eye color alone does not serve as a definite distinction, especially since eye-augmenting procedures are commonplace in the city. Most eyes equipped with combat assisting features emit a red hue. However, I can tell the eyes of a blood fiend apart from those. The greater the longing for blood is, the deeper and clearer the red will become, exuding a certain scent. A well of blood can be seen splashing inside their pupils. I could not observe such trait from Rusk's eyes.
He only reveals this side in his sleep. That may be why you couldn't see it.
Why not strike him first while he's awake?
Were I to fatally injure him, his instincts of self-preservation would awaken his inner beast then and there. It is no use for me to meddle in and make matters worse.
What's stopping Rusk from killing you right away?
He is unaware yet. Ignore not the fact that I am here, and that I am in charge of this area. Your friend told me that the Distortion Detective is currently on a mission to collect distortion. I don't wish to result this through violence. I want you to take him with you.
You sound rather reluctant to stain your hand with blood for someone who loves to drink it.
Rusk and all the fixer from their office are blood fiends. Although Rusk himself is unaware, he dumped them all into his kiss and canned in their sleep. Or perhaps I should say subordinate entities, as you would put it. I've told you everything that you need to know. I'll leave the rest to the professional.
The old woman waved her hand. I was then sucked out of the room and ejected into the corridor. If what Letteriel said was true, then the organizational capabilities of blood fiends must far exceed my imagination. I'll need some time to reformulate my understanding of the modus operandi of this species. I shook off the dust from my body and stood up. At least the direction of this matter is in my hands. I can choose to neutralize Rusk, or I can subdue Lyria instead, the lady who was one with this hotel. And that's the end, because PM decided, screw you, we're just gonna tease it in Canto 9 as in a passive! You understand why I'm so upset with Canto 9's Distortion Detective now, and the unveiling of Vespa as a color?
I understood. I understood the annoyance about it when the Canto revealed it.
Yeah, I was very upset. Yeah.
There's no more Distortion Detective.
This is the end of it. This is how it ends, and then we don't get anything
Distortion
after.
Detective is
They just randomly...
It's so sad!
They just randomly
Distortion
show up
Detective
in
got
Limbus
shinned up.
later. They randomly show up in Limbus later with a bunch of developments having happened that we don't get to see!
And we also get to reveal that fucking that Vespa's spear is fucking Gungnir. Like what?
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
Distortion Detective was like cancelled.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
So
never
that's
explained
what-
that. They never explained some
That's
of
what it
the
was
things.
definitely on hold.
Damn.
I think the plan was to turn it into its own game, but then Limbus took all of PM's frickin' times, and Distortion Detective got nothing.
just
This is why we call all the only limbs.
Yeah, this is why I'm so... Part of the reason I'm so mad at parts of Limbus is because it does things like this.
Yeah,
Anyway, I'm
that's
gonna stop the
understandable.
recording. Yeah,
Alright.
that's the end of Distortion Detective. I hope they continue it in something eventually, but yeah.
Anyways,
They
I
will.
might
Yeah.
be streaming some
Yeah.